All right, welcome to the World Football Show. It's another Saturday morning, and it's time to talk football. And so much has happened in the last 24 hours as far as football is concerned, from the Flying Eagles and the Super Falcons, preparing for the African Women Championship that will be taking place in Morocco next month. The 25-man list, rather, has been released by the coach of the side. We'll get to review them later on the show. And Golden Eaglet were victorious yesterday in the Wafu B tournament, where they beat Burkina Faso by 2 goals to 1. Goals from Abubakar Mohamed, 2 goals rather from Abubakar Mohamed, and the free kick sensation, or the dead ball specialist, Emmanuel, had both hands in the goal scored by Abubakar. We also have some transfer news as far as the European scene is concerned, and the Flamingos preparing for the World Cup as well were drawn in Group B alongside New Zealand, Mexico, and Chile. We also get to talk about that later on the show. And then the weekend game in the Nigerian Professional Football League, as the season is gradually winding down, we get to talk about that as well. Who is topping the table, who is, steering relegation, the top scorer as far as the Nigerian Professional Football League is concerned. Joining me on the show for the first time in this career, we have Eric Daxon, who's joining me on the show this morning. It's good to have you on the show.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to be here.
All right. And before we start the show officially, we'll take a short break. And then when we come back, we look forward to the commencement of the World Football Show. Right, welcome back to the show, and we're beginning with the Golden Eaglet of Nigeria as they emerge champions of the 2021-2022 WAFU B tournament after beating Burkina Faso by 2 goals to 1 in the final that was played yesterday at the Cape Coastal Stadium in Ghana. The win against Burkina Faso was Coach Nduka Agbade's left side 4th consecutive win at the competition. Eric, I would like to hear your take on this particular one. Flying Eagles doing Nigeria so proud, winning the Under-17 WAFU B tournament. In doing so, also qualifying for the 2023 African Under-17 Championship.
Yeah. First of all, congratulations to the Golden Eaglet. They've always done us proud. This is one team that has done immensely, much more than any other national team in the country, yeah. Because they are currently the highest winner. They have the most win in the Under-17 World Cup, yeah. And they have a pedigree. on the under 17 level. Yeah, like the whole world knows about this pedigree. Once upon a time, the English FA there was a time they were brought into Nigeria to like help Nigeria to with the grassroots football like development. So when they came, the representative then he was shocked when they were called because they actually look at Nigeria as because Nigeria is ahead on that age grade level. So they are surprised how Nigeria are able to achieve this feat. And so now Nigeria calling them to come and help with the grassroots is kind of somehow to them.
Yeah.
And looking at the coach, Nduka Agbadi, he has a record. Yeah, he's the first captain of the under-16 then. That was 1985 when Nigeria won the under-17 championship. He was their captain then. And ever since, he has been assisting other coaches in the under-17. And I, for one, some time ago, one of the under-17 team, when we visited them and at MK Abiola Stadium where they train, you notice that he was the one doing taking them all the training, yeah, all the tactical and technical training. You know that yes, this man is talented, and it's just so interesting and wonderful that this time around he's the head coach and everybody can see with the results that we are having. So it's a very good team.
Yeah, a very good team, you must say. But then one player that is actually the rave of the moment is Emmanuel, who is doing so well. He scored 3 free kicks in the first 3 games. Yesterday, though, he didn't get to score. But then the 2 goals scored by Abubakar, he assisted in a way. I think the first goal was actually a pull-up. A pull-out, rather. The one, the commentator chose to call a free gift. It was actually one header that was begging, for, just a contact, and Abubakar was there. And then when you look at the second goal, I think the distance between the goalpost and where the foul actually happened was, quite a huge, gap. But then looking at how he was able to play the ball directly from that place, it shows that this is one guy that has a bright future ahead of him. I don't know what you also have to say about that.
Yeah, it's impressive because I think that's what we've been lacking in the national team. Like looking at the Super Eagles, we lack the dead ball specialist, and this boy, is going to become the dead ball specialist from what he has done. Yeah. His technique when kicking the ball, he does everything right. Yeah. Like the free kick yesterday, look at the distance. That should be around 27 meters, like 27 yards away from the goalpost or thereabout. But he has that confidence that he can hit that ball from that place, from that position, and it happens to be a gift from the goalkeeper at the end. And yeah, he has a very, very, very bright future. It's all about now having to manage him well so that he will move according to the pace that he's on now. Because a wrong decision can just destroy the career of this young man. So it's a very bright player, and we'll be looking up to him like in the next 3-4 years. Yeah. He should be a superstar by then.
Yeah, talking about the team and the coach, we know that they've qualified for the African Under-17 Championship. What next for the team? Do you think that some addition are required to this team so as to make the team even more competitive and compete against the rest of Africa, because this is no longer WAFU, so we're going to represent West Africa in terms of when you look at Africa as a continent, at this continent. So it's West Africa against the rest of the continent. But do you think we should actually add 1 or 2 players to bring that strength in depth to the under-17 team?
Yeah, looking at the team, we have a formidable team, and like they say, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Yeah. So if you look at this team, like we've played in my opinion, we've played the most difficult games already. Playing Ivory Coast, Ivory Coast has always been a problem to the Nigerian under-17 team. Now, looking at them, and now Burkina Faso, which is a very good side and formidable side too. And going back to record, you know that the under-17, that age grade is like the birthright of the West Africans. We have, if Nigeria is not doing well, Ghana will be doing well. If Ghana is doing well, Ivory Coast or the Burkina Faso, but it's a West African affair. So with this win now, going to the Nations Cup proper, all I will say is just to beef up not necessarily bringing in more players, because we have a team already, a formidable team. Yeah. But if there are maybe 1 or 2 players that can add value, that can add depth to that player, to that team. And you know, one thing with teams, it happens sometimes, like maybe after a tournament, you see some players dropping in form. You know, if you have that situation, then you can now look for someone that can replace that. But if everybody is intact and in shape, I think we have a good team.
All right, and talking about back home, the under-17 team, the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sport Development, Mr. Sunday Dare, will host them to a grand reception that should be next week in Abuja. The minister organized a similar reception for the under-20 boys. That's the Flying Eagles that also won the Wafu B tournament in Niamey. That's a Niger Republic. And moving on, talking about another under-17 team that has done so well in terms of qualifying for the World Cup. We'll talk a little bit about the Flamingos qualifying for the World Cup that will be taking place in India later in 2022. Looking at how the group yesterday was drawn, Nigeria will be alongside Germany, New Zealand, and Chile. That's in Group B. And looking at how this group is at this point in time, I would like to hear your take on the teams, the countries that are grouped alongside the Flamingos of Nigeria, and if you think that the crop of players we have can be able to, qualify from that group, maybe as first or as second. I don't know what you have to say about that.
Yeah, looking at the other countries, we know Germany is a superpower when it comes to female football, and you have New Zealand, we have Chile. I think Germany should be the biggest problem we'll be having in the group. We shouldn't have any excuse for not beating New Zealand and Chile as well, because looking down, going back to looking at the football, the female football, you know that Nigeria, we have a better pedigree in that category than New Zealand and Chile. Yeah. It's only Germany that will give us a problem, but I believe with the set of players we're having now, you know, the Flamingos always do well in competitions, except for like the last under-17. I think they did not qualify. Yeah. But each time they appear, they always do well. Like at a point, I've forgotten precisely what they said. Francisca Odega said they did so well that year that we were thinking it was there they will win the cup, but just a bit of maybe lack of technical issues to study the game and understand where they miss out on that one. But I believe in them. They always do well whenever it comes to under-17 championship.
Yeah, Africa's other representative in India will be Morocco and Tunisia. Morocco will be in Group A alongside USA, Brazil, and host India, while Tanzania in Group D, they will face Japan, Canada, and France. In Group C, we have Spain, who won the title in 2018, alongside Colombia, Mexico, and China. This year's tournament will be the 7th since the inception in 2018, and it will run from 11th of October to the 30th of October in 3 Indian cities. Looking at the other African representatives, now the group that they are, you could actually say that the Flamingos have a fair draw, compared to these other teams. And I would like to hear your take on that too.
Yes, fortunately enough, the Flamingo have a very, very fair draw.
Yeah.
Because looking at the other looking at Morocco will be playing India,
Yeah.
USA, and Brazil.
Yeah.
I'm not taking anything away from the Moroccans, but I think that one should be a group of death for them.
Yeah.
Because having USA and Brazil, definitely on paper, USA and Brazil are qualifying from that group.
Yeah.
Then India, at least, if they are not playing for anything, they should play for what do you call it? You now play for your own pride,
Yeah.
and beat the living daylight out of England, so that it won't be out of India, so that it won't be as if they just go there, they just went there to just distribute points. Because I know that Morocco should beat India,
Yeah.
but USA and Brazil will be difficult for them. Then looking at Tanzania, Tanzania will be playing Spain, right?
Yes, I think
Spain, no,
Colombia,
yeah,
and
no.
so
no,
Morocco
they're
will be
playing
with Tanzania,
Tanzania,
will face Japan,
yes,
Canada, and France.
Yes, Japan, Canada, and France. Tanzania, one thing. The truth is that the strongest representative of Africa are not like they are. The way the qualifiers is done now,
Yeah.
I think it's reducing the strength and the force that's coming from Africa.
Yeah.
Because the powers in Africa in female football is still in West Africa.
Yeah.
You have Ghana, you have Cameroon. Then now South Africa always they also give a good account of themselves.
Yeah.
But now looking at it, Tanzania they are just coming out, they're just coming fresh,
Yeah.
trying to test the waters to see what they can offer. And Morocco as well, they did not really do well in the women championship, and so even in Africa.
Yeah.
So we just hope that their preparation will go well for them, so that we'll have a good representation from the African teams. Nigeria, we have hopes in Nigeria because they have a good draw, and then there is a good team.
Yeah.
So we hope for a lot of good teams to come from Africa.
All right. We basically wish the African representative, talk about Morocco, Tanzania, and Nigeria, the best of luck as they try to represent the continent against the rest of the world. It is on these notes we have to take a short break, and when we come back, we have some other football stories on the World Football Show.
Sergio Aguero! Aubameyang! Sensational! Wonderful! Absolutely wonderful! What a strike! What a goal! That is glorious! What a shot! What a goal!
right, welcome back to the show. It's still your favorite football show on the weekend, the World Football Show. And moving on now, we get to talk about a little bit about the Nigerian Professional Football League, even though some of the other leagues we do follow here on the show. Talk about the English Premier League, the Spanish La Liga, the Italian Serie A, and the French League On are all on recess at this point in time. The only league still that we follow on this show that is still on is the Nigerian Professional Football League, and there we have later today we're going to see Niger Tornadoes against Aquara United. We'll see Aqua United, who lost last weekend, playing host to Plateau United. Sunshine Stars will play tomorrow against MFM. Enyimba against Heartland in the same Sunday game at the Enyimba Stadium in Aba. You have Castina United playing host to Remo Stars. Lobby Stars will take on Dakada. We have Gombe United against Wiki Tourists. Shooting Stars against Abia Warriors. We have Kano Pillars who are staring relegation face to face at this point in time in Abuja, where they're currently playing their home game, playing host to Enugu Rangers. Nasarawa United will also take on Rivers United. Eric, your take on these games? Interesting matchup taking place in the weekend as far as the NPFL is concerned.
Yeah, looking at the NPFL, I think this season is one of the most interesting seasons because there are a lot of surprises and lot of surprises and lot of milestones achieved by some teams in the NPFL. Yeah, looking at the league, I think this season we'll have runaway winners in the league. Talking about Rivers United, checking out they have like 10 points. They are 10 points away from the second team, which is Plateau United, right? Yes, Plateau United, second position. Yeah. And then we have the surprise team of the league, which is Remo. Yeah. But I'm not surprised because this is a team I know very closely. Yeah. They're one of the team with the best system in the league. Yeah. They have a good stadium. They have a good sport arena, sport center or something. Yeah. It's just well organized. So it would be surprising to see them not doing well in the league. And you never can tell. Maybe they'll get themselves a place in the Continentals. Yeah. And so now looking at the matchups, we have Niger Tornadoes, Para United, Aqua United. We will be taking up Plateau United. Yeah, Niger Tornadoes. They are like they are just coming back from the NNL. Yeah. And this is their first season coming back from the NNL. Yeah. And they've not yet gotten their rhythm like the Niger Tornadoes we used to know. Yeah. Then they are still trying to pick up get themselves into the form that we know them to be. Yeah. But I believe this match today, I think Niger Tornadoes will give a good account of themselves because playing home to Kwara United, even though Kwara United, they are a very good team, yeah. You can't take anything away from them. They have some good results away from home, yeah. And you never can tell, anything can happen. They might share the spot at the end of the day. Then Aqua United is the shadow of itself to this season, yeah. Because it's not the Aqua United. That's why I say this season is just a special season, yeah. Because there are so many surprises. Aqua United, they have no choice but to beat Plateau United, yeah. Even though it will be a very tough game for them. But because Plateau United too can surprise you at your own backyard. So they have to give a good account of themselves. Last week, so they lost against their neighbors. Their neighbors.
I think the Dakada, yeah. Used to be Aqua Starlet. Yes. That's like an academy to Aqua United. So yeah. I think I was surprised, to see Dakada beating Akwa United, and it was actually a resounding victory, so to say,
Yeah.
3 goals to 1 against Akwa United. So it shows that football sometimes doesn't really matter whether you are the most senior or you're the junior. Sometimes if you play well, you get to win. But then the struggle for Dakada at this point in time is that just like Kano Pillars, they are
Yeah.
also staring relegation
Relegation.
face to face. It is on the log, and when you look at the MPFL table, you did talk about the margin. The point margin between Rivers United and Plateau United that are
And
second.
then
When you go down to the bottom of the table, the
Yeah.
league table, you see
It's close.
something
Very
close. Looking at it from Gombe United that are ninth to MFM at this 20th on the log, or let me just remove MFM from the equation. We have Atlan with 40 points. Gombe United has 46 points, which is just 6 points different. And this is a team that is ninth on the log. It means that even at ninth position, this Gombe United team is still not safe. And
Yeah.
any team can go down at this point in time. I don't know what you have to say
Yes,
about that.
that's all we're having. So the interesting part of the league this time around will be the battle in the bottom.
Yeah.
Because the battle at the top is almost decided.
Yeah.
You have 10 points between Aqua United and between Rivers United and Plateau United. Then you have another 7 points between Plateau United and Remo.
Yeah.
And then before you now have Rangers coming close to Remo with like a point between them.
Yeah.
So the the drama will happen at the end, at the bottom of the table, because from ninth position you are not safe. So you have to be playing every single match, expecting to win that match. If you cannot, if you cannot go above that, then you don't have to lose any point.
Yeah.
So that you maintain your position, and then whatever happens at the end, the table will remain that way. That's why Dakada had to they fought all they could and give all they can to beat their elders.
Yeah.
So so we'll just watch out and see how the drama unfolds, but it will be very interesting at the bottom of the table.
Yeah, definitely, and more especially also fighting for a continental place.
Yes.
Enyimba FC of Aba. At one point, it looked like they'll eventually get that one place. For that team that will represent Nigeria, the CAF Confederations Cup. But as it stands now, it seems like Remo Stars are gradually creeping away from this Enyimba team. Not much difference, it's just 2 points at this point in time. But Enyimba is not looking like a team that is ready to give Remo Stars a fight, for that continental place. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, it's so disappointing that Enyimba have not been consistent this season, because when you expect them to win, even in their home, they will end up drawing the match, and then it doesn't seem like they are ready to give Remo that fight. Enyimba has been one team that has always stand out in the Nigerian league. No matter what, no matter the situation is, they always give their best. Yes, they stand out, and they happen to be on record the best team from Nigeria in the continent. And like the latest ranking of the club, I think they are in top 20 clubs in Africa. So you see, at some point they are in top 5, but due to bad results and I don't really know what is happening in Enyimba, because they have this they always assemble good players, which most of the best players in the leagues. But this season they are just like more of a shadow. But let's just see what happens. If they don't do well, it's all about going back and then putting their house together, and then they'll come back strong next time. But Remo is looking like they don't want to leave that position, and it's going to be a big fight between Remo, Enugu Rangers, and Enyimba. Kwara United are also trying to come up to see what they can present. Like they slightly missed the continental last season.
Yeah.
I think they slightly missed on the continental spot, and the thing it really they were not happy with it, because I have some close associates around them, and they said they will do all in their power to get into continental this season. So who knows? Maybe towards the end of the season with the drama that will be unfolding, they might be able to steal that sole ticket for the Confederations Cup.
Definitely, I think we're looking forward to that. That relegation battle,
Yeah.
and that place, Confederations Cup place, that is up for grab. I think it's going to be one of the most interesting seasons that I've witnessed. Since I started watching
Yeah.
Nigerian football.
Absolutely.
It's going to be something to look forward to, and we're getting close to the end of the season.
Yeah.
But then one thing I would also like us to talk about is why Nigerian clubs are not doing so well. We did talk about
Okay.
Enyimba
Yeah.
in the top 20. When we used to say that Nigeria is a powerhouse of football as far as Africa is concerned, but then our clubs are not doing so well when it comes to CAF competition. I don't know what reason that we can attribute to that. We discussed it over and over again, and it seems like there is no solution to this particular problem. I don't know if you have a solution, or probably you know what is actually wrong with Nigeria club sides playing at CAF competitions.
Yeah, everything boils down to preparation. If you don't prepare well, you will not deliver. Yeah. It's just a law of nature that you have to prepare well for, like you are going for war without any preparation. Yeah. You busy sleeping, and your opponent are busy preparing. Yeah. That's what will happen. Now, that being said, what the major problem is that when other leagues are on and preparing for all this qualification for these continentals and all this in Nigerian, that's when the Nigerian league is on break. So there is no way you can play. You are not playing competitively, and you expect to compete with those that are playing competitive football. And it all depends on. It all boils down to our calendar, like the football body in Nigeria, the Nigerian Football League, like the body LMC, yes, Nigerian League Management Company. They should do well to make our calendar rhyme with the other leagues in the world, and go with the CAF calendar as well. Yeah. Because when you look at it, mostly like for the past few years, each time these teams for Nigeria play friendly match as preparation for continentals. Yeah. It's not supposed to be so. Even in Europe, they still play their competitive league matches and then go to play Europe. Yeah. And then your performance in the league will now rub off on your continental, your Champions League performance, and you see you doing well. That's the situation then when we have Enyimba doing well, we have Rivers United doing well, even Rangers, we have Rangers doing well. Yeah. But then the team, I give kudos to the team, because even at that, they still do their best. You see them going to the quarterfinal. You see them battling to get into the group stage. Yeah. Sometimes they get into the group stage, but they will still fail along the line, because you have those superpowers from the North Africans. Yeah. South Africans are coming up strong now. They are better than us in the ranking now. Yeah. And it was not so before. Yeah. Then you have the TP Mozambique and the other powerhouse in Africa, all coming up from their league performance, strong league performance, yeah, to come and challenge someone that just played a friendly match to come and you don't expect to get such good result from that. So if we can align our calendar with with the African, the Champions League calendar and the other leagues, how it's going, you see that we have, when everybody's on break, when the league kickstart and everything will pick up and go smoothly. I think when we do that, we get the teams performing well like before.
Yes, another issue again that I would like to add is the area of players' welfare. I think that can also go a long way in aiding our players, to play very well when they get to continental competitions. I don't like the way some of our players who are playing locally in the league, they move away from the league and to other North African countries, where you have I think at Enyimba recently they lost Iwala, Anna, yeah, Iwala, to a club in I think Libya, Al Ahly Tripoli of Libya. They lost yesterday, just about yesterday, Victor Voma, so another club in Algeria. We have a certain Junior Ajayi playing for Al Ahly in Egypt. There was a time we had Lokosa,
Yeah.
who was top scorer in the league, moving out and then coming back to join a team in Tanzania, Simba. You know, this is something that we need to think about. If the player is not going to a better club in Europe, I feel that the clubs in Nigeria, or the management of the clubs in Nigeria should make the environment conducive for these players to stay back and make the league strong. Because sometimes, you build a player to compete against, the rest of the African club sides, but then at the end of the day, you end up feeding these clubs, and they come back to Nigeria and hurt you. I don't know what you also feel about that.
Yeah, it's not losing players to other African teams is not encouraging, but you won't blame the players. Like, if our league is, we have a good league that have a good welfare for these players, they have a very good take-home package, they will have no business going out to African teams. Maybe you say Europe, because everybody's dream is to go to Europe, but they won't have any. We have the resources to make our league as competitive as other Africans. If we don't have enough to make it like the Europeans, we have enough to make it up to the standards of the other African teams. If we have that done, you now have players getting good, they are getting paid well. But another factor is that most of the clubs in Nigeria are being managed by government. So you expect that level of competitiveness in the league, because, like, had it been they are being managed by private organizations or private bodies, then you see that, because now it now becomes a real business. But things are done like haphazardly, and it goes back. It comes back to affect our own players. Take a look at Egypt. Egypt, the players, if they have moved to go to Europe, they go. If they don't have, they stay in the league and they enjoy their league. They come to the Nations Cup, present a home-based team, and they're a problem to everybody. We'll bring our team with 90% Euro-based players, playing Egypt with 90% home-based players, and it's a problem for us. That goes to show you the standard and the level that they are. So if we can up our league, once upon a time we have good players. We still have good players in the Nigerian league. Like the lack of Mboma that move is one of the key players in Eimba. Wala move first. Wala is an exceptionally good player, playing in the shores of Nigeria. Now he has moved, and most of that moves are not really good moves for them, but because of the money, they need it. Their family needs to feed, they need to take care of, they have other responsibilities, so they look at it and they see it as greener pasture, so they have to move. So sometimes you don't have to blame them. It's all about going back to the drawing board, get a league running and make it competitive, and then the welfare of players being taken care of, and we'll have our good players remain here, and then these same players will now they now move to the Super Eagles, and then you have a lot of home base competing with the foreign base in the Super Eagles.
Oh, very well said, Eric. Moving on, as we're gradually wrapping up the show, talk a bit about the transfer window. Manchester City showing that they actually mean business, preparing for next season, the 2022-2023 season. After signing Erling Haaland, they decided to go in for Leeds United England midfielder Kevin Phillips. It is reported that a fee of £45 million have been agreed for the midfielder, and also Newcastle, basking in the euphoria of their newfound wealth, decided to go in for Netherlands under-21 defender who happens to be of Lille Metropole. They've agreed a deal to sign the 22-year-old from Lille Metropole for a reported fee of about $30 million. And looking at some other transfer, Arsenal also has reached an agreement for Manchester City and Brazil forward Gabriel Jesus, and the Gunners is set to pay £45 million. Interesting, transfer update as far as this is concerned. You can actually say that all these three teams, we just talked about going in for these players, they actually mean business at this point in time.
Yeah, Man City, they always mean business because they have the funds to play with.
Yeah.
Like grabbing Alan amidst all competition, you know that they mean business, and Man City is one of the teams that we know that can afford to pay Alan's transfer fee and then his wages.
Yeah.
So it's a good one for them, and Philip capturing Philip too from Leeds United. It's another good one because Philip is one of the outstanding players in Leeds United last season. He did well for them last season, and then coming down to Newcastle. Newcastle are trying to show their muscle in the transfer market as well, because Newcastle will be a force to reckon with in the nearest future. Definitely. Because they have having a new owner, and they have a lot of funds to really show that they are ready to take one of the top 4 positions in the league. And me, I for one, I'm happy for Arsenal for capturing, finishing the deal to get Jesus from Man City. It's a very good one for them. Or I hope he gels well and then bring that quality that he has, because they lack someone of that quality. And it's good to see Arsenal like making a good transfer, and then we'll see what it will translate into when the league starts properly.
Yeah, definitely. I think I couldn't agree with you more. Talking about these 3 clubs, you did mention Haaland coming to Manchester City. Newcastle too, they've not done badly in the transfer market. They've been able to sign Matt Target on the permanent deal. He was on loan last season, and they brought in Nick Pope, also a goalkeeper with Burnley, and sealing this deal for me is a statement of an intent from Newcastle United at this point in time. Considering that they are not at that level where they can actually start attracting big players, and just like you said, it will get to a point where you see them rivaling Manchester City for players. I'm sure that we'll get to that point very soon. So it's actually a team on the ascendancy at this point in time. So I want to thank you, Eric, for joining me on the show this morning. I think you did a good job analyzing some of the issues that we brought before you. It's good to have you on the show once again.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Talking sport is what we do for a living, so it's always good to talk sport. And thank you for having me.
All right, and on this note, we say we drop anchor on today's show, the World of Football Show. I want to thank you, viewers, for being with us from the beginning of the show and down to this point. If you've enjoyed yourself on the show today, make sure you make it a date with us 11 o'clock down to 12 o'clock next Saturday, as me and Eric do it right here on Grand Sport Extra. I want to thank also the production crew for doing a wonderful job, and for us here, we say have a lovely weekend.